The phone kept going to voicemail. Her brain told her not to overreact, but her gut said to go to her niece's house on her lunch break and check on her. A trail of blood from the front door led to the bathroom. Her niece was dead on the floor, stabbed over 100 times. Her 2-year-old son was found dead inside of the jaws of an alligator the next day. What happened? How did it happen? Let's recap. Thanks for watching True Crime Recaps. I'm Chris. This horror story starts with a party. Pashun Jeffrey and her 2-year-old son, Taylen Mosley, just moved into the apartment in St. Petersburg, Florida. Having her own place was a big milestone for the 20-year-old single mom. Pashun jumped at the chance to host a 21st birthday celebration for her boyfriend Thomas, Taylen's father. The festivities started early on March 29, 2003. By 5 p.m., party guests started trickling out. And 20 minutes later, everyone was gone, leaving Taylen and Pashun alone with Thomas, according to an affidavit. 3 hours later, around 8:30, neighbors heard some kind of commotion coming from the direction of their apartment, but it wasn't loud and long enough to call the police about. Then, 10 or 15 minutes later, Thomas left the apartment alone. From there, police say he drove across town to Delholmes Park, but he didn't stay long. By 9 p.m., Thomas was at his mother's house, and she lived only about 10 blocks away. And according to the affidavit, he had deep cuts up and down his hands and arms. Mom took one look at his injuries and convinced him to go to the hospital. Doctors took one look and called the cops. According to the affidavit, Thomas's wounds were consistent with injuries caused by slippage during a knife attack. And wounds like that mean medical staff are required to call the police, like when someone comes in with a bullet wound. And Thomas said the magic word, lawyer. And then he had nothing else to say. The next day, Thursday, March 30th, Pashun's great-aunt Theo was smiling in anticipation of her regular FaceTime call with her niece and Taylen. The day after the party, she figured they'd chat about who was there, did Thomas have a good time, party debriefing talk. But her phone never rang, and Pashun wasn't picking up on her end either. That wasn't at all like her. Pashun and Taylen missing a FaceTime? No. Pashun letting call after call go to voicemail? Extra no. Theo couldn't stop thinking about it. Was Pashun hurt and couldn't get to her phone? She couldn't even think about how confused and scared Taylen must be. What could have happened? On her lunch break, Theo left work and went to her great-niece's apartment. No one answered her knock. Taylen was only 2. If he was in there, she should have heard him, but when Theo pressed her ear to the door, there was only silence. Then she spotted the blood. A trail of droplets led away from Pashun's front door toward the parking lot. Theo called the apartment manager with trembling fingers. Management opened the door to a violent crime scene. Pashun Jeffrey lay on the floor in her bathroom. She'd been stabbed more than 100 times. A bloody shoe print with a Gucci logo stood out on the floor. Her killer tried to clean up a little. A bottle of cleaning solution was under the bed. A bloody fingerprint still on it. The most horrifying thing of all, 2-year-old Taylen was gone. A search party spent the rest of the day and night looking for Taylen. He wasn't with his father Thomas, they knew that much. The party guests said the last they saw him, he was safe and sound at home with his parents. The search stretched into the next day, all the way to Delholmes Park. As they were beating the bushes, a volunteer spotted an alligator making its way toward the lake. Not all that strange to see in Florida, and it was an especially common sight in the park. Everyone knew the lake was teeming with alligators, except this alligator had something big in its mouth. Officers fired a shot and the animal dropped it. It was Taylen. Here's what police say happened. In a fit of rage, just 3 hours after his birthday party ended, Thomas Mosley stabbed the mother of his child and left her for dead, taking Taylen with him. Police say it's his fingerprint on the cleaning bottle. Then, he allegedly threw his 2-year-old son into the lake in Delholmes Park. Thomas Mosley is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. And that's your recap.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
If you like getting all the crime in half the time, go ahead and tap that subscribe button and the bell so you never miss a story.
We're here Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, but don't go away. Catch up on more recaps right here, right now.
Until next time, take care.